Hello, Internet, and welcome to my live reaction for the Cuckoo's Fiancee, Chapter 32, I believe. Yeah, 32. When we last left our heroes, Erika needed some desperate help studying for her makeup test, or her father would send her back home. She seemed to be giving up very easily, but after a talk with Sachi, Nagi realized that she was actually trying her hardest, and what Nagi initially thought was goofing off was just kind of a window into the way Erika looks at the world, a lot more wise than what's. Like, Nagi's very, this is what something is, and it just is. And Erika's like, why is it like that? That was all very interesting, and Nagi promised to help her pass the test, and that's where we left off last time. So let's jump right on into the 30-second foul. Mountains are meant to be climbed. And our picture here is all four of our protagonists in, I think it's a Yukata, one of those like fireworks festivals you see in anime all the time. Sachi with a good old-fashioned Shobakun hair clip. It's just really big on her. With summer's end, like the flowers all around them, a thrilling night bursts into bloom. And now we have a textless version of that picture, and now we have the plot. Nagi's biological father and the man who raised Erika swirls his wine with a smile. What does it mean? It seems to be a flashback given by the black borders. But we see, the night skyline. How unfortunate, sir. You weren't able to bring Miss Erika back? And Mr. Umino or Amino, responds, unfortunate? Not at all. It's perfect. And he winks at her. Maybe this was all a plan to get Erika's grades up. And so we see Sachi, eyes glowing. Oh my gosh, you passed! Erika, literally sparkling. It was nothing. Once I set my mind to it, it was easy peasy. And Nagi, wakes up from he's unconscious behind Sachi in the first panel, and he wakes up. Easy peasy, my ass! Who pulled 2 straight all-nighters helping you? Who had to make up worksheets for you to do and then grade them? Who cooked for you while you were conked out? Who monitored your schedule? It was me. Every bit of it was me. And Erika just stops him, and I'm the one who passed. And Nagi just falls to his knees. Well, yeah, but... and then Sachi jumps up, which means it's festival time. Yay! And Nagi puts his head in his hands. Maybe he has some bad history with festivals. Though of course it ties into our cover picture here. And Erika glows. What, seriously? You're throwing a festival for me? And Sachi, I love the art style shift here on this third panel on page 6. No. Oh. This weekend there's a festival back near our house. I figured since you passed, you could come with us. And we see Erika's, vision of a festival is kind of reminiscent of, Carnival, I think? It's a little... My first thought being from the Deep South is Mardi Gras, but it's a little bit too risque to be Mardi Gras, even for Mardi Gras. Sounds fun. And Nagi looks at her thought bubble. What the hell kind of festival? And Erika comes over to Nagi. You're coming too, right, Nagi-kun? Coming implies a choice. I get dragged into it every year. Umino's yakisoba stand. They're not there to enjoy the festival, they're there to work. And they even have Shobakun on their advertisement. We love Shobakun. Alright. So we see, we learned the mom's name. I don't remember, though. Miss Umino calls out, wait, where's the cabbage your dad chopped? Didn't Nagi put it in the fridge earlier? What good is it going to do in the kitchen? And Nagi just thinks to himself, he never even chopped it in the first place. Is this a flashback, or is this like seeing Nagi's prior experience with festivals, or is it, the current one? Because it has the white borders that implies, present day. I don't know. Anyway, basically in the shopping district where our place is, it's sort of customary for all the shops to set up food stands during festivals, and I get roped into helping every year. And Yohei and Mrs. Umino wave to them. We're gonna pop out and say hello to the town council. We're leaving the place in your hands. And Sachi calls out, okay, got it. Erika-chan said she had to get ready, so she'll be late. Oh yeah? Oh, so yeah, this is definitely the present then. And Sachi, Nagi's like, bags under his eyes, dead-faced. Come on, Nagi, where's your spirit? My day off. My precious day off. I feel you, Nagi. Just then, Nagi notices something. Umino-kun? And it's Hiro. For a second there, for some reason, my first thought was, like, the weird fanboys. When I was thinking about who would call him Umino-kun, having somehow completely forgotten about Hiro, for Hiro was still calling him by his last name. Anyway. Oh, wow, it is you! And we see, Hiro in her yukata, which of course sets off Nagi. Seigo-san? And Sachi looks at her a little questioning. I know that Sachi knows that Nagi likes someone besides Erika. Does she know that it's Hiro? I'm not sure. So I think this is the Sachi and Hiro's first meeting. What are you? Our shrine assists with the festival, so I'm helping out. What about you? I live here. Seigawa. How do I know that name? Oh wow, you live in a restaurant? And then she flashes back to the text. Seigawa Hiro, you wouldn't happen to be interested in a date, would you? So she did see her name, even if she's never met her. Oh right, the girl he went on a date with. And who's this? And Nagi introduces her. Oh, she's my little sister. Her name's Sachi. A pleasure to meet you, Sachi-san. I'm Seigawa Hiro. Your brother and I are in the same class. He's always looking out for me. And Sachi just kind of nods, and then, immediately retreats to the back of the stall, with all of the feelings she has about Hiro whirling around in her head. And Nagi looks back, what's her deal? But Hiro kind of, calms him. Sorry, it's a busy night, isn't it? If it's alright with you, though, would you like to walk around the festival together later? And Nagi, with only one thing on his brain, yeah. Okay, later then. A date with Seigo-san in the yukata. And then Sachi pipes in. I thought the three of us were gonna take a look around. Us and Erika-chan. And Nagi stops her. What gave you that idea? Whatever, who cares? She pouts and leaves. Which reminds me, Mom gave us a quota. If we meet it, we can take off. Seriously? Umino family motto. Mountains are meant to be climbed. So I guess they're just gonna really, really gun for this quota. Let's make some money, Nagi. Hell yeah! It's interesting, psychology things. As soon as they have a quota, they're all of a sudden, really give a damn. They want to, maybe it's just, they can go explore the festival, but also part of it is just, the I guess, serotonin rush of goal completion, if that makes any sense. Anyway, let's move on. So, they're making yakisoba, they're getting customers, 3 orders Nagi, got it, customer comes by, sorry, can I get some chopsticks? Oh yeah. And Sachi turns, and she trips on this crate. Wah! And Nagi catches her. In a not unromantically framed scene. And Nagi asks, what's with you? Be careful. The customer, hey, nice teamwork. You're a cute couple. And Nagi, for some godforsaken reason, responds, thanks. In that situation. And you can understand how Sachi takes that line. Nagi, please. I know you're a harem protagonist, but use your head for a singular moment, please. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. And now it looks like Erika is here, because we're here, Sachi. Oh no, it's apparently Sachi's friends, who are absolutely not Erika. 3 bowls, please. How's business? We figured you could use our sales. Thanks. Which is honestly the first hint we've seen of Sachi having a life outside of Nagi and Erika and the parents. Which is good. It's always nice to kind of, have your cast have lives outside of the main plot. Anyway, friends of hers? And Nagi goes behind the stand. We're running dry on ingredients. Gonna grab some. Okay. And then the trio kind of giggle a little bit. And Sachi, we overhear, we're with Nagi, but we overhear Sachi behind him. You guys look good in those yukata. Thanks. Are you not going to wear one, Sachi? And Nagi thinks, come on, we still haven't met our quota. Hey, Sachi, that guy's your brother, right? Wow, you guys don't look alike, like, at all. And Sachi looks away, definitely feeling her romantic feelings for Nagi. I guess. You're so cute, but him? Oop, there does, like, sticking the knife. Oh, I know what's about to happen right now. Sachi's about to stand up for him. I can feel it. I can feel it turning. You know I can hear you, right? Ugh, I know. Like, he totally gives off a different vibe from Sachi. He seemed like a nerd. I guess so. We see Sachi is very clearly uncomfortable with the whole situation. He's just like you said, Sachi. A totally antisocial downer. You're not wrong, but come on, you say that kind of stuff about me at school? And Sachi, like, starts to push back against them. No, he isn't. He so is. Come on, it's what you say all the time. And then she, like, snaps at them. It's fine if I say that. And Nagi gets their attention. Or that gets Nagi's attention. I can say it, but I just don't want anyone else saying stuff like that about him. So here's the thing. I have said over and over and over how they are very much written like siblings. And this, especially from a dialogue standpoint, I'm not looking at her face or her body language right now, but specifically from the dialogue, is very much a sibling thing. You know, the whole, like, I can talk shit about my brother, but no one else can. That's very much like a well-written sibling dynamic. And, like, you occasionally see that kind of thing in a romance, but, like, very rarely, and generally with much more established relationships. Like, they've been dating for a long time, this kind of thing that you could make that kind of comment about, which is definitely not the case with Nagi and Sachi. So this is just another, like, it just seems like sometimes Yoshikawa will write something that's seemingly, you know, pro Nagi Sachi, just, like, give the shippers some meat or something. But it just makes them seem more like siblings. Like, this feels like a sibling thing to say. I'm the one to talk shit about my brother, not you. That feels kind of sibling-y to me. Anyway. And then the three of them all laugh. There it is. That's so Sachi. Okay, Miss Brocon. So they're calling her out for having a brother complex. And Sachi turns away. I didn't. Well, hang in there. Thanks. Bye-bye. And Nagi says to himself, all the time? She says that all the time? Then he kind of pauses, blushing. Which, admittedly, there's been blushing all through this chapter. It's not always been a romantic thing, so I'm not going to look too deep into that. And now it seems to be sometime later at the festival, we see the lights, the kind of, you know, the visual effect that shows the lights shining on the would-be camera. The store is sold out. Sorry I'm late. And finally, Erika arrives. After this, like, that must have taken a good long while for her to show up. And we see Erika and Sachi both in their yukatas. Sachi's hair is, like, notably different. It looks, especially from the pigtail she was sporting earlier, but even compared to, like, her normal hairstyle, because normally she has this kind of, like, I think it's a bob. I don't know enough about hair to comment properly. Like you see on page 5. And then if you go to, we're on page 19, the way her hair falls into a lot, like, flatter than usual. Someone who knows more about hair can comment on that better than I can. Anyway, ready to go? Yep. It took a while to prepare the yukata. This is, Erika. I wanted to apologize for being such a nuisance with the exam stuff. Do you like it? Yeah, thanks so much. I love it. I didn't have one before. Oh, so she prepared a yukata for Sachi. Alright, that's why it's, an apology. I was like, is she just, like, showing off herself? Maybe if it's to Nagi, I could see that, but to Sachi doesn't really track. But it's because, she, like, kicked Sachi out of the room for a couple of nights. And then she gave the yukata to Sachi. I love it. I didn't have one before. Oh, thank goodness. You mind hanging around here until I get a hold of Mom? Sure. By the way, where's Nagi-kun? He's doing his own thing. Just let him clean. Okay, I was really hoping to help out too. What, really? If you were there, we would have sold out way earlier, I bet. And just then, Erika notices Hiro. Hiro-chan? And the three of them... Oh, right! I just realized she's seeing Erika with Nagi's sister, which is very much going to raise some questions for her, I guess. Also, I want to say how gorgeous this panel is. Like, I don't always talk about Yoshikawa's gorgeous art, but I really should. Everything looks fantastic in this series. And this panel just looks really good. Like, I mean, y'all already know that's the thumbnail. That's the fucking thumbnail right there. And, you know, the two of them start, like, freaking out over each other. Oh my gosh, what? Why are you here? And Hiro responds, I can ask you the same. And just then, she notices Sachi. Wait, that's... Oh, yep, this is Sachi-chan. She's my little sister. Your little sister? Oh boy. Here's where it gets complicated for poor Hiro. Nagi's sister is Sachi, and Erika's sister is Sachi? What could that mean? And that's it. That's, I was about to say there's no real, you normally say that next time, a little hint of what's going to happen next chapter, but we know what's going to happen next chapter. Hiro's going to start finding out the truth about the fiancé situation, which I say a lot, just how fast-paced this series is, for a harem manga. And this is the kind of Hiro finds out the truth that you might see, like, maybe at the 2/3 point. Like, it's not quite an endgame thing, it's not that central, like, the deception isn't that central to the plot, that Hiro finding out is, a sign of the manga coming to an end, but it's a sign of it, like, gearing all its pieces in place for its final act. And it doesn't feel like we're there yet at all, and yet we keep running through these things that seem a lot later in the story than they normally are. And for now, I'm really liking that. It makes me a little bit worried if this series is going to go on for a long time, that we're just going to, like, run out of things to do, and it's just going to be a bunch of one-off, you know, very little plot progression kind of things. Like, I remember, especially, like, near the end of Nisekoi, I remember that kind of happening a whole lot, when it was just like, all we have left to do is find out who the promised girl is and end the story. And the author did not want to end the story, so he kept doing a bunch of random things at the end. But for now, it's a lot of fun. The Nagi Sachi baiting, especially like the fact that Nagi would thank the customer for saying you're a cute couple with Sachi just does not track at all. Very little about Nagi Sachi shipping tracks even vaguely for me. And I think there are people who are Team Sachi. I'm not sure if they exist, but there have to be. Or, you know, eventually Yoshikawa would, like, just cut the romance aspect out of their relationship, which she should do. But she hasn't, so it must be selling. I don't know. It's kind of, like, the kind of thing you have to talk about with this chapter is, the big thing with this chapter is that final scene of, you know, Hiro meeting Erika and Sachi, and realizing that Sachi is somehow both Nagi and Erika's singular little sister. And I'm curious to see if there is a way we can keep the secret in place with the information Hiro has. I highly doubt that they can do that. So I imagine next chapter we are actually going to see Hiro, if not quite learning about the fiancé situation, at the very least learning about the switched at birth situation, which will lead to a lot of more questions, and I imagine very soon, Hiro will know everything. Perhaps by the end of this festival, Hiro will learn everything. But yeah, I'm excited to see how Hiro reacts to the news that she's both learned and is about to learn. So that's kind of all I have to say for this chapter. Hope y'all enjoyed the chapter and the video itself. If you did, feel free to drop me a like or subscribe, or, you know, do whatever makes you happy, you know? And remember, your life is your own, okay? Bye!